Chase Elliott is one of NASCAR's most popular drivers, winning over 19 Cup races, a Cup Series championship, and a NASCAR Xfinity Series championship. Over the years, the fan favorite has had his fair share of rivals, including paybacks, revenge, and post-race arguments. Today, we're going to take a look at the many rivals of Chase Elliott. So sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Chase Elliott's first run-in came all the way back in 2013, while battling with Dillon for the win at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. This is the first time in Chase's career that we've seen him make a dirty move. Coming through the final turn, Chase Elliott made an aggressive attempt to win, and in the process, dumped Dillon for the win. But tempers boiled over post-race when Dillon ran down pit road to have a word with Chase Elliott. The fans were prepared for a fight to break out. Chase Elliott soon pulled into victory lane, winning his first ever NASCAR event. Listen to Dillon's thoughts, as he clearly wasn't very happy.
He just gave up on trying to race and dumped me. And he ran through the field, wrecked 3 or 4 people. I mean, it just doesn't have any respect. You come in, I mean, you got to earn respect. So next time, I hope he runs out, but he won't finish the race.
Next on the list is Kyle Larson. I know these guys are teammates, but they have had their fair share of run-ins as well. In 2016, Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson was battling hard to race their way into the Sprint All-Star race. Only the winner will advance. This will go down as one of NASCAR's greatest finishes. But coming to the line, Kyle Larson put Chase Elliott into the wall. Chase was forced to fight back, hooking a dead left, and at the line, Kyle Larson wins. At the end of the day, that one was just hard racing. But these guys will soon become teammates. In Auto Club 2022, Kyle put Chase Elliott into the wall, cutting Chase's tire. Little to say, Chase Elliott absolutely lost his cool.
Stupid mother broke again. Mother God.
Later that year at Watkins Glen, these two will be battling for the win once again. Larson cut Chase Elliott no slack, absolutely sending Chase up the track in turn number 1, with only 2 laps remaining in the race. And just as the story will repeat itself, Kyle Larson wins the race, Chase Elliott lost multiple positions. But next on the list was a career changer, and that's Ryan Newman. In 2017 at Dover, the laps are winding down. Chase Elliott is about to win his first ever career race. Unfortunately, that would all come to an end as Ryan Newman, who is fighting to stay on the lead lap, would not cut him an inch. This ate away Chase's lead and unfortunately gave the win to Kyle Busch. This ultimately led to Chase Elliott not wanting to be pushed around anymore, changing his approach moving forward. As a young Chase Elliott didn't want the smoke with Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon did.
What's that? You don't think I was racing for my own position?
I didn't say you were. I said,
just watch what you say, man.
I said thanks for the help.
No, you said it was a smart.
Chase's next rival, and potentially his biggest, is Denny Hamlin. It all began in 2017 at Martinsville Speedway. Both Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin was battling to make the championship 4 and win the race. When Denny decided to straight up move Chase Elliott for the lead, this did not only take away Chase Elliott's shot at his first win, but also ended his championship run. Obviously, Chase was fed up and he wanted to show he wasn't going to be pushed around anymore at the Cup level. After the race, he got out of the car and had a few words for Denny Hamlin as things almost got physical. Chase Elliott, having a massive fan base, made him a target on pit road by even the race fans. Only 1 week later, Chase Elliott had an eye for an eye mentality. In the closing laps, Chase Elliott decided to rough up Denny Hamlin. After making contact, this cut down Denny Hamlin's tire, causing him to slam the outside wall, completely ruining Denny's shot at a championship. Fortunately, the smoke settled between the two in 2017. But only to re-spark in 2023 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as Denny Hamlin will wash up the track. Chase is furious, instantly hooking Denny Hamlin in retaliation. This was a violent crash and a heavy overreaction. NASCAR had no choice but to suspend Chase Elliott for 1 race. This will fortunately end the rivalry between Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Next on the list is Kyle Busch. Although these two only had 1 run-in, tempers definitely boiled over at Darlington Raceway in 2020. While battling for the lead, Kyle Busch made a crucial mistake trying to tuck in behind the 9 car of Chase Elliott, but accidentally turned him instead. This led to a hard impact of car number 9. Chase Elliott wasn't happy. Chase got out of his car, waited for Kyle Busch to drive around before telling him he's number 1. Crew Chief Alan Gustafson had a word with Kyle Busch post-race. Although Chase Elliott's rivalry with Ryan Blaney was more friendly than angry, is definitely one to take note of. These two had their fair shares of run-ins. First one coming in the 2021 Busch Clash at Daytona. The two were battling for the win on the final lap and ultimately wrecked each other, coming to the checkered flag, just for Kyle Busch to steal the victory. At the end of the day, they both called it hard racing and there was no hurt feelings. Come 2024, these two had another run-in while battling for a top 5 position at Michigan on the final lap. Ultimately, Chase Elliott sent it in too deep and hit Ryan Blaney, shoving him up the track. They both lost over 10 positions each. Chase Elliott's next rival is with none other than Kevin Happy Harvick. This all began with the Bristol Night Race in 2021, where the two were battling hard for the race win within the closing laps. But unfortunately, after Kevin sent it in a little bit too deep, he slid into the 9 car of Chase Elliott, cutting down his front tire. Chase had to instantly hit pit road, losing valuable positions. As Chase Elliott came back out onto the racetrack, he wanted to make sure Kevin Harvick did not win this race. Chase Elliott, being faster with 4 new tires, intentionally holds up Kevin Harvick, so much that Kevin loses the lead with only 4 laps remaining. Kevin is not happy anymore, almost spinning Chase Elliott's teammate Kyle Larson just for passing him. Kyle Larson went on to win the race, but post-race, Kevin wanted to get his point across, following Chase Elliott until the two can come face to face. This is where things get heated, and the two get into a bit of a shoving match. Take a listen to what Kevin Harvick had to say.
I just told him, it was kind of a chick move that he did there at the end. I'm ready to rip somebody's freaking head off.
The two eventually got to talk it out in a less intense environment. Little to say, the problem was not resolved, and Kevin still wanted payback. And that payback is what he got, spinning Chase Elliott at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval. Now Chase Elliott wants revenge on Harvick. He still feels they are not even. Kevin, while watching his mirror, is trying to avoid the 9 car. While doing so, he overdrove the corner, wrecking himself and ending his own day. The next stop is Cody Wear. Cody Wear? Yes, Cody Wear. This came at the Bristol dirt track. Take a listen to the audio.
He's hitting us now.
Who is that idiot? Who is that guy?
Cody Wear.
If he cuts our tire, I'm gonna whip his.
Better get ready to whip his, because he's trying to.
Stop, Cody, stop. You're ahead of him. Tired of getting bullied by all these guys.
And finally on the list is Ross Chastain. Who hasn't Ross Chastain made mad in NASCAR? In 2022 at Gateway, Chase Elliott would go around off the front bumper of Ross Chastain. Chase was not happy with this and instantly wanted revenge, and revenge is what he got, sending car number 1 up the racetrack. Skip ahead to 2024 at Atlanta. Chase Elliott will once again go around up the front bumper of Ross Chastain. Although this was just bump drafting gone wrong, it didn't end here, because later that season at Sonoma, Chase Elliott gave Ross Chastain the bumper in the final turn to claim a strong finish. And that's going to be a wrap for all the rivals of Chase Elliott. Let me know what you guys think. My personal favorite one is probably the Kevin Harvick one. The Denny Hamlin one is very iconic with the moments we got with that one. It got a little violent though. Before we end today's video, I'd like to shout out all my Patreon members for supporting the channel, all my tier 1 and tier 2 Patreon members. I couldn't run this channel without you guys. And with that said, I'll catch you all in the next video.